Start with the spirit scene, 15-minute animation from the United States, kind of like showed from the girl's perspective about her and her grandfather.
The way I saw it was that it started off very short, sweet, full of sentiment, but as it carried on, some things felt unsettled, almost unnatural towards the end. And I'm not sure what the spirit that I saw was supposed to represent fully, because particularly I saw her hat that was gifted by Grandpa floating and drifting down the river with rain dropping on it, and it halted at a rock, and from there, at that point, I was like, something isn't quite right.
Yeah, totally, but it's almost like a kind of bittersweet ending in a way, because she does reconcile with the grandfather, but you don't really know where they are in a sense.
Really set up a lot of its actions really well, and even just from the start, I think it was what I'm gonna call the elk spirit. Yeah, but just from its first appearance, when it brought its head up at that point, it's just like, oh boy. It just kind of gave this kind of foreshadowing when it first appeared, and so I was kind of just expecting it's just like something doesn't sit well with this whole. With how everything was going, and yeah, it kind of just slowly started to not decay, but it just showed the progression of the grandfather as he was getting more sick and sick. Yeah, no, how it was set up was just really well paced, and it was great.
I thought this one was very, very sad. I was really sad watching it, and it was sad to suddenly realize that the grandfather was going to die, and it was so dark, and the smoke was black, and there was nice, beautiful stars and the spirit linked to it, but it was just really sad to watch the progression of the smoke getting darker and the end coming. And I think the girl dies in the coal mine, and she gets, and I thought it was really sad because even after they're both dead, she still got a tooth knocked out from, getting hit in the mine. And so there was no beauty after death either in the story. And it was really sad to see there's nothing about the school, there's nothing else in life except in the coal mine community. It was just a very sad story of no opportunities, a lack of opportunities. There was a beauty in the textures, in the animation, with the wool knitting. It was beautiful. And the colors were there, but nothing activity-wise for the child except, and then they both died. It was really nice.
Yeah, there's an interesting expression with the grandfather where he's happy to see her, but then he puts his head down, and then he puts his head back up, and it's like he's not happy to see her at the same time. I thought that was an interesting touch. So, what do you guys think of the animation? Like, very unique, very you don't see this very often.
The animation was absolutely amazing, unique. Like every second of the movie was great. Just how everything was drawn, or maybe not drawn. Maybe I don't know, kind of computer was used.
I personally saw it as something similar to like Coraline, and let's say a point-and-click adventure game where there's the backgrounds were very stationary, but the 3D model moved, and there was such a kitschy, lovely aesthetic to it that is very, very unique. It was very, very touching.
What type of animation was it?
I think it's stop motion animation. So they created the characters and then they shot the characters, kind of like Shaun the Sheep in a sense, where not clay animation, but they kind of created the characters and they filmed, they created the sets, they built the sets, and then they basically took a small camera and then shot each thing frame to frame. But at the same time, there was some different extras, also some other elements of the animation, but that was the core, and then they added other elements of the animation as well with the water scenes and then the grass scenes. There was a lot of interesting kind of elements too. So.